Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Ashley and today I have what I did not think would be my Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party vlog, but here we are. So I went ahead and put in clips of everything that I did take a clip on, like at the beginning as a little recap from what I did. I feel like I was doing okay until we got to the party, and then it was like all things broke loose and no filming occurred, I don't think, the entire time we were in the Magic Kingdom. So I'm now just gonna kind of talk through a little bit my thoughts and what we did and kind of how the night unfolded, or rather the day, because it was a full day. So when we got there, everyone did make it on time. We got the rental car and just drove straight to Disney Springs, ate at Morimoto. We killed about 20 minutes before, and then we just went ahead and checked in like 30 minutes before our reservation because everything was running very like quick and on time. And they luckily were just like able to go ahead and seat us, which was really good. So we ate at Morimoto. It was divine, so good. We love Asian food. Everything was so fresh, authentic. Our server was amazing. I mean, it was just like such a good meal. And then I think we kind of just like headed towards the car. I know we went to World of Disney, and that might have been the only shop we like kind of browsed around quickly before we then went and parked at the TTC. Once we got to the TTC, we decided to, well, we were wanting to go to the Grand Floridian to look at the gingerbread house and buy some shingles. So anyways, we went from the TTC we walked to the Polynesian, and we then like looked around the Polynesian, which was fun because that was the first time I'd ever really been at the Polynesian. We really like wanted to get a drink from this like outdoor tiki hut bar thing. And the line like formed so fast, and they were basically making the drinks from scratch on demand. So each person ordering, it was taking like 5+ minutes like for them to get their drink before the next person. And so there was a line, we hopped in the line, and when it wasn't like moving at all, we were like, we're gonna have to leave this. So that was kind of sad because we were really excited for those drinks. But then we got on the monorail and rode to the Grand Floridian, where we did get to see the gingerbread house this year. It's always really cool to be in there. The smell of the Grand Floridian at Christmas time is like a pure Christmas holiday smell. It just smells so like warm and festive. I don't know, but also you have all this real gingerbread that's emitting a smell, and so good. So we did pick up some shingles. We each got a shingle and we haven't eaten them yet. I've literally been saving everything that I could to film this video, so it's time I filmed it so we can eat it. But they're like really good size. I think they're like $16 or something. They're not cheap, but I love the back is dipped in chocolate, and this is like the best. Disney World gingerbread is like the best gingerbread. So anyways, we did that. We then walked outside the Grand Floridian and got on one of the little boats that took us to Magic Kingdom. Didn't have to wait very long at all for that. And then it was right at time. I think we got there around like 4:10, 4:15 maybe. And we could get in starting at 4 with our party ticket. So we were pretty good about that. We got in, you know, they have you for the party, like go around the back of Main Street and get your like wristband and stuff, and then it kind of pops you out in the hub area. The freebie this year I thought was so good. I would love for them to keep doing stuff like this. The freebie was an ornament, and it's a cute little gingerbread house. This one is still wrapped in the packaging because they gave Luke and I each one, and we only need one. But it's like a cute little gingerbread house, but it says Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party with maybe the year on that. No, it doesn't, but it has the year on this little dangly. And literally that is like checking all the boxes of the ornament I wanted to get for this party. So I was like, great, it's included in the price. Now I don't have to buy an ornament, and that saves me like $35 to $40 because ornaments are quite expensive. So that was such a pro. Like, I think doing an ornament or a pin as the freebie for parties is the way to go. So anyways, we got kind of pushed out at the hub, and we all were like a little snacky, thirsty. So we decided to go into Starbucks, and we got some Starbucks drinks, which was a lovely treat as always. Getting your Starbucks in a Magic Kingdom Disney Parks cup and drinking it in the parks is like so nice, I think. And so anyways, we did that, and then we were kind of starting to be like, what do we want to do? Because the crowds were still pretty high, and because you had day guests still there. And so we were trying to figure out stuff that wasn't gonna take like too long. So it hit me in the Starbucks when we had our drinks that Country Bear Jamboree was redone and opened like this summer, and we hadn't done it. And I have not done the Country Bear Jamboree in literally like over a decade. It's been a long time, and I really wanted to see the refurbished version because people have been like loving it. We went and did that, which of course was like a walk on. We literally had to like wait for the next show to start, but it was like waiting like 10 minutes or something, and it gave us time to drink our drinks, and it was a nice like little place just to like sit and chill and not wait. And let me tell you, it was so good. Everyone in our party loved it. I thought it was like excellent, the way the choices that they did, the way they redid like covers of Disney songs. Everyone was like singing because they knew the songs because they were Disney songs. It was just really good. And so anyways, it's not a skip attraction in my opinion anymore. If you like the Country Bears before, or if you never really did it, I highly suggest doing it because like I said, it's a great thing to do when there's heightened crowds, if it's hot, if it's raining, if you need to sit down, if you need AC, like any of that stuff, so good. We then, when we were exiting, the plan was kind of to go get the spring rolls at that point because I really was wanting cheeseburger spring rolls for like weeks leading up to this trip. But we started looking at the sun. At this point, it was probably close to 5 o'clock, maybe like 4:45, 5 o'clock Eastern time. And we could tell that the sunset like was starting. Sunset was starting. And it kind of hit like, okay, if we're gonna get pictures in our cute shirts, oh, and by the way, I'm like wearing my shirt from the party. If we're gonna get cute little like matching pic shirts or just like pics from being here, any pics at all, we need to do that right now because of like the sun is gonna go down really soon. We then went and got like around the castle. We got some really good spots around the castle. We took pictures for quite some time, to be honest. I'm very lucky that both my mom and Luke were very patient with me and let me like get the pictures that I wanted. So that was fun, and we took pictures for a little while. But at that point, we were not close to the spring roll cart. We were like, well, we were honestly just about as close as we were at Country Bears, but that just like had distracted us. And I'm trying to think what the exact next thing we did was, because it's been over 2 weeks since we went to the party at this point. So I'm a little like not remembering everything exact in order, but I'm pretty sure the next thing we did was we went and did Mickey's PhilharMagic. That is one of my like favorite sit down attractions that anyone can do. It's accessible to all ages and people, and it's like just such a cute like thing. I love the Coco scene. Every time we do that and the Coco scene happens, I want to like go watch Coco right then because I love Coco and it's just like such a cute scene. But anyway, we went and did Mickey's PhilharMagic, just another like no wait kind of thing to do while we're waiting till it's like 7 o'clock-ish. And when we came out of Mickey's PhilharMagic, we had to put our jackets on because it had gotten really chilly and it was pitch black. So we knew like, thank goodness we took our pictures because that's how quick the sun sets. We were so glad we brought jackets because it dropped and the wind picked up, and let me tell you, the theme of this night was cold. I've never been cold at Walt Disney World, but oh my goodness, it got really cold this night. So anyways, after we did that, we then moved on to getting some dinner. I'm pretty sure at that point is when we got our dinner. Everyone was kind of at that point ready to like eat, because it had been about like 5 to 6 hours at this point. So we went to Cosmic Rays because Luke and I both the whole time, kind of like in Disney World, we're like, we really just want some like Disney chicken nugs. Like for some reason that sounded so good. So we went to Cosmic Rays. I know that I got chicken nuggets and fries. I think Luke actually changed his mind and got some like specialty burger, and my mom got the same one. Everyone ate all their food, I think. So, I mean, everyone liked it, and it was actually probably the most cleared out I've ever seen Cosmic Rays because a whole section of the restaurant had no one sitting at tables. And I feel like typically you're like hunting for a table in there for quite some time. So anyways, we ate our dinner, and right when we finished our dinner, it was getting to that time for the party to start. I literally remember like there was a little dance party for kids or something in front of Sunny Eclipse at Cosmic Rays, and as we were like throwing our trash, that like clicked on and it got super loud and lights started going on in there, and we were like, okay, party's starting. At this point, it was kind of time to really nail down the times we wanted to do everything in our like on our list, like parades, fireworks, castle show, all of that kind of stuff, to make a little bit of a game plan. But my mom and Luke went to go try and ride Tron because Luke just really wanted to ride Tron, and I really wanted my mom to get to experience it. For me, one of my top things I wanted to do at this party was meet the 100 Acre Wood gang in their Christmas sweaters and scarves, because you get to meet all 4 of them at once. So I was like, y'all go ahead and do Tron. I don't care enough because I really want to meet 100 Acre Wood gang. I'm gonna go ahead and get in line because I figured the line would already have started. And that was true. When I got there was definitely already like 50 plus parties that had started waiting in line, like probably the last like hour before the party started. So I hopped in line. They came and found me within like 15 minutes because they said Tron was still a super long line from day guests and people, I guess, that were like trying to get on as soon as it opened up as a normal line. So they came back. We all waited in that line. It really only took maybe 30 minutes. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. But we got our pictures with the 100 Acre Wood gang, which was so cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and like pop one in right here. And after that point, we had, I think, about 20-ish minutes until the Frozen, I can't remember what it was called. It was basically like a mini castle show that was Frozen themed, started, and there was only one of those. And we wanted to see it, or at least my mom and I did. So we just kind of tried to feel like, what can we do until that starts? So we hopped on It's a Small World because it's my mom's favorite ride and it did not have a wait. We literally walked like right on, we got off, and Luke went to try and finally do Tron. And my mom and I went the other way to go catch the Frozen castle show. Now we obviously didn't have like the best view, especially because we got there like 2 minutes before it started, maybe. We were like really racing the clock. We got to see it all. We weren't like crazy about trying to have this like insane viewing point for that little show. It's cute, but it's nothing compared to like the actual party castle show, in my opinion. So anyways, we did that, and then Luke was still on Tron, so we were like, what do we want to do? So this started our little cookie quest. I think they call it the cookie stroll actually, but nevertheless, the cookie, we wanted to go get all the free cookies. And once we found one location, because they do have them on the map, but once we found the first location, it kind of turned into like, let's find all of them and try and do all of these. So the first one we went to was just my mom and I. We did go ahead and get Luke's stuff, and then we met up with him like pretty much right after we sat for a minute, is at the lunching pad. And this is in Tomorrowland, and this is a broken cookie. I have tried to save as much as possible, but like I said, it's been like 2 weeks and they traveled home. But you get this sugar cookie, like classic sugar cookie. They're all also individually wrapped and they're so easy to like travel with and stuff. So I love that. But you get this and a cup of apple cider. It's cold apple cider, but it's very good. We then noticed that another cookie stop was at Cosmic Rays, which was also in Tomorrowland, and like it's so close. So we decided to go ahead and do that, and you get the other sugar cookie, but this one is green and shaped like a tree, and you get it with hot chocolate, which the hot chocolate is so good. Okay, I'm really racing daylight, so I gotta hurry this up. After that point, Luke met with us because he had ridden Tron at that point, and he hit it right at the right time because he said he had to wait 25 minutes, so that is so good. And then we continued on our little cookie adventure. So then we went to Gaston's Tavern, which is in the very like back of Fantasyland, and they had gingerbread cookies, which is gonna basically, I think, be the same gingerbread as like the other, but it does not have the chocolate on the bottom, but it does have a cream cheese little frosting icing, and you get that with eggnog. And I've never had eggnog, and I really didn't think that Disney eggnog was probably the first time to try it while being in the parks, but my mom got it and she said it was really good. So just letting you know, if you like eggnog or you do want to try it, she said it was good. We then kept going through Fantasyland, and kind of in between Fantasyland and Liberty Bell Square area is Columbia Harbor House, and that was the next one. This was by far the most busy stop because they had this caramel pretzel chocolate chip cookie, and I think this was the one that like, this one must have been, people had heard it was like the best or something, but they had this and hot chocolate. So this is this one, and like I said, it was the busiest stop for sure. We still like were in and out in like 5 minutes, but you had a line the whole time like following you. And then the last stop was at Tortuga Tavern, which is kind of like in the very back of Adventureland behind Pirates of the Caribbean. And it was a red velvet cookie and it has little white chocolate chips. I'm really excited to eat this one. I think it'll be really good. And they also had the apple cider. So at this point we had completed the cookie stroll and we got our drinks, and Luke decided he wanted some popcorn. There was like a popcorn cart pretty close, and we were getting to that point where we didn't really think we had enough time to do another ride before we needed to be in front of the castle for the fireworks. So we just got the popcorn and found a seat at one of the little quick services in Adventureland area and kind of sat and chilled for about 15 minutes. We were all like shaking cold at this point, and so we just wanted to like sit somewhere and kind of bundle up and whatever. And then we started our way up towards the castle, and that's kind of where we finished everything out for the night. At this point, we were at a really good spot, kind of behind the little gated area that's like houses some plants. Anyways, it's like across from the castle, in front of the castle. It's a good spot. We were there for the fireworks, and what we thought would happen is totally true. So if you don't have young kids with you, or you're good staying out late, I would highly recommend doing this. There's only one fireworks showing, so like everyone's showing up for that, so it was definitely very busy. But after that, we noticed a huge amount of people clear out, because we kind of figure everyone that has like younger kids, that they're trying to like not be out so late. They did parades and castle show before and finished with the fireworks, where it's like we kind of started with the fireworks with the party entertainment. So a bunch of people cleared out, where we were able to make ourselves like right to the front of the castle, front and center. Like we had an amazing viewing point for the castle show, but unfortunately we had to just like kind of stand there for about 30 to 35 minutes until it started. This is the annoying part of like staking out your spot, because you kind of just like stand and wait, but we were just like standing there shaking. But we stood there, waited, and the castle show happened, and like so we had a great viewing spot. You could hear and see everything, every character, every dancer. It was amazing, and this was probably my favorite like entertainment thing of the night, honestly. Typically parades are my favorite, but I think they like knocked it out of the park with this year's castle show. I really liked the additional songs and characters that came out this year, and I loved it. My mom and I both like loved it. So we did that, and then we kind of made our way down Main Street area to be a little bit closer to the exit to find a fireworks spot. Now, a lot of people this time were more in place on Main Street for the fireworks, or not for fireworks, for the parade, than 3 years ago, because Luke and I 3 years ago were able to get like a front row spot almost all the way down Main Street after doing the same thing we did this time. But this time we were not. Luckily, there was a family with kids that were on the ground sleeping on the front row of like a curb, and there was no one standing behind them, and we just kind of like hopped behind them because we kind of got a strong feeling they weren't gonna stand up, especially with their kids just like literally out cold sleeping on the pavement. So we just stood behind them, and that was great. Downfall of the parade was that one of the floats, is the Olaf float, definitely broke down at some point once they had started the parade, because we were watching the time and the parade got to us like 10 minutes late, and we knew like something had to have been going on. So once the parade finally made its way to us, it was like very delayed, and then like once it had started, you could see the Olaf float was pulled by a tractor. It wasn't like going on its own. So yeah, that was like the giveaway that happened, but it definitely made everything else late, because the castle show had to be started late because the parade went like way over. But it was a great parade. It was long, it was really long, which I loved. It had tons of characters, tons of floats, really beautiful floats, and we loved it. And that was kind of the end of our night. Once that was over, we started leaving. We did dip into the Emporium, and I was able to find the party pin, which if you haven't watched my November pin haul video, go watch it, because you can see it featured in that. And then we just headed out. The monorail line was quite long, but it did not take nearly as long as it looked like it would take. No one was taking the boat, the ferry boat, because of how cold it was and how windy it was. But if you were able to brave that, you could have like gotten on the boat instantly, because they had tons of like traffic people being like, the boat is no line for the boat. And the monorail had so many people. We only had to wait like 3 for like the third monorail to come. It took about 15 minutes. It was not long at all. And anyways, we rode that to the TTC. We got on the tram. It took us to our parking area, and that was it. Now, I do just want to say I'm so sorry I did not vlog like anything at the party. The thing I should include is that because of how cold it got, I mean, when I tell y'all it was cold, it was cold. We were all standing there like shaking. It was like kind of the first cold dip that I had been around, and we were outside for so long that I actually got really sick this night, and that definitely influenced the vlog. I kind of was thinking at one point, like, because of how crazy crowded it was and us not doing much exciting things until the party started, in my mind, I'd kind of planned like, okay, once the party starts, I'm gonna vlog and it's gonna be really about the party, not like this time we've spent in Magic Kingdom like a couple hours before. But like I said, as soon as we came out of Mickey's PhilharMagic, sun had completely gone down and there was like this really cold breeze and my throat instantly got so sore and it was like hurting to swallow, kind of hurting to talk. That definitely put a little bit of a damper on it. We still had so much fun, but like I said, it definitely influenced me. Like, I just gave up on the vlogging very quickly into the night because of how cold it was and the fact that my throat was hurting really bad. I was like, I just cannot stand here and talk and worry about getting clips when we're just like got our hands in our pockets, we're shaking cold, going from place to place, and my throat is like all sore and scratchy. So anyways, it was still totally fine. It was such a fun evening, but I just wanted to say that is the reason that I did not really vlog the party. I hate that I didn't, but I know there are like incredible videos out there of the parade and the fireworks and the castle show. So definitely go like look up one of those and watch it on somebody's amazing gear because it was so good. Like, I still want you guys to have seen it, but that is going to be it for this video. I just wanted to put it out there as a little recap, recapping our trip, like still having it in some form of capacity on the internet to be able to go back and reflect on. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.